Welcome to Zambia Freelancers, where we bring you inspiring and educational freelancing stories. Today, we'll dive into how Maluba Magai transformed her side hustle into a thriving career.
Hi everyone, my name is Maluba and I'm so excited to be featuring on this week's episode of Personal Journey and Beginnings. Thank you so much. I am super honored to be here. So, let's get right into it. What inspired me to start freelancing and how did I discover my niche? Oh my gosh, I started freelancing about almost 9 years ago, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey and I've enjoyed it. And even though I'm not doing it actively right now, it's really what got me started in my career basically. So for me, freelancing just started off with personal projects. At the time, I was managing a movement that is still alive today, which is Footprints of Growth, and we used to have a lot of events. And yeah, I just went into it with a basic graphic design, and that's when I discovered Canva as well. So I would use that, create posters, and work around what's best. And yeah, also it really helped having a friend who is actually a graphic designer who would teach me the basics of understanding what a good design looks like. You know, like minimalism, things like that. So for me, that helped me discover my niche, which was social media marketing. And I started with social media marketing way back in the day, for like even businesses that are for friends or for family. I would just be like, okay, let me do something for you, let me make a poster. And yeah, so goes the love for freelancing and the beginning of it at the time. And sorry, let me just get into the next question. The next question is, can you share the story of your very first freelancing project or client? So the very first freelancing project I had, like I said, was based on my personal projects that I would work with. But when it comes to clients, my first client that I ever got was actionable Solutions. I'm sure some of you have heard of actionable Solutions. At the time, they were quite small, but now they've become really big, and I'm so proud of the milestones that they have reached. So when actionable Solutions reached out to me, they wanted me to come full-time on board as social media marketing. I was like, I'm still not ready to give up freelancing. I still want to go on with it. And they're like, okay, then train our team. And I was so excited to be able to train their team and share with them what I had learned about social media marketing. And yeah, so it was really exciting to be part of their journey and the start of their journey. So yeah, actionable Solutions was my first client, and yeah, what a journey it has been ever since then. The next question is, what was the biggest risk you took when starting and how did it pay off? Oh my goodness. The biggest risk I took when starting was, I think, believing in myself. For me, that was like a really big risk, because especially when I would reach out to clients and bring out my proposals and be like, okay, this is what I want to do for you. For me, that was hard. That was hard because it's like, okay, are they gonna like my proposal? Are they gonna take me on as their freelancer, as the social media marketer? Is this gonna work? But yeah, it paid off. I remember getting it should be 2 years ago or a year ago, I had a school. I had about 3 clients at the same time. It was a bit difficult to juggle, but I managed. I had a school, I had a restaurant I was working for, and I had a fashion business I was working for as well. So yeah, it pays off believing in yourself at the end of the day. So what were the toughest challenges you faced early on and how did you overcome them? The toughest challenges I faced early on. Social media marketing is not, like when I went into it, I was like, oh, I just need to make sure I create the work and I'm posting. But if you don't set boundaries and if you don't set your terms and conditions, that's the word I'm looking for. If you don't set your terms and conditions beforehand, you will face the worst challenges when it comes to setting the correct pay that you're supposed to be paid by your clients, and also setting the right amount that you need to set for your service. So yeah, I think for me that was really challenging, because I'd be like, okay, is this price too much? But I would not account for things like data. I would not account for my time that I'm actually putting into it, my creative juices that are flowing around it. So yeah, it's really as before you get into freelancing, like on a serious note, make sure you have all your ducks in a row, especially when it comes to the services you're offering and the pricing of your services, inclusive of everything that will make it easy for you to overcome such challenges, you know. And also sometimes you find that clients are not paying you on time, and that literally makes you, it sets you back. So yeah. Have you ever had a client or project go wrong? Woo! How did you handle it? Yes. I have had a project and a client, no, just a client, not a project, but a client that has, things just went south at some point. It was a matter of parting ways. Because I think in freelancing, when you take on a client, I don't know if it's just me, but most of the clients I have had to deal with are those that believe they know social media, but they just don't have time to do your work. So they have that micromanagement attitude of like, oh, why didn't you do it like this? Let's just boost. Like, you know those clients who let's just boost. Why are you boosting? Like, social media marketing, there's a lot that goes into it. So even when we're going through the monthly analytics and the reports, and we're going back to our clients, and we're like, okay, this is what happened, and this is how you performed this month. Boosting, sure. So it's that type of thing, you know. So we had to part ways with the client because I was like, okay, I want to do the best that I can for your business and your brand. But if you're going to micromanage with the attitude of like, I can do it better with just boosting, because you're not, like, organic traffic is also a really good read for your analytics, but most of the clients that I've had to deal with, I don't know if they're different now, but most of them that I have had to deal with have really focused a lot on the issue of boosting and not really relying on organic traffic. So yeah. What's the most surprising thing about freelancing that you didn't expect? The money. Freelancing is good. It's good because you set your pricing, you know. You set you believe in yourself. Like the South Africans like to say, my favorite phrase right now, we are stemba. You trust yourself. You trust yourself so much, and you put the price that, like, okay, I am good at what I do. This is why 5,000 justifies it. So yeah, the money is good in freelancing. Like, yeah, you make good money in freelancing. That I think that's the most surprising thing for me. And also just the freedom to create and work your own hours and set your own pace. That's a cool thing. If you are used to 9 to 5, it's a cool thing to be able to do that with freelancing. What's been your proudest moment as a freelancer? Oh my gosh, what's been my proudest moment as a freelancer? I think, what's this? Wait, there should be. There's a certain thing I had created. I'm trying to remember. Yes. Definitely, for the last school that I worked for, that's my proudest moment. Just seeing how, from the time I took over the page and by the time I left, I parted ways with the client on a mutual understanding. Seeing how much we had grown the Facebook page. Not only that, also the visibility of the school to the point whereby it increased enrollment. For me, that was like, yeah, and also just seeing my things, like a post I've created, and then someone is like, oh, has published it, or it's there, just, you know, I'm like, I did that work. So yeah, those are some of my proudest moments. Yeah, creating some logos as well for some clients and having them brand them on their t-shirts, and I'm like, wait, when I was creating this, I didn't even think it was that good, but these people are now branding on their t-shirts. This is the logo that they've stuck with for years, and wow. Is there a particular project or client that changed your career trajectory? Really, if I would say, no, not really. Like I said, for me, when I started off in freelancing, it was a matter of passion from a personal point of view. So a lot of the clients I would take on were fueling the passion that I had initially. And yeah, at some point I really enjoyed being freelancer for just social media marketing for schools. Like I was like, okay, I want to stick to this. I want to be in the industry, just making sure that the education sector has really good social media marketing. And yeah, but now that I'm full-time in marketing, which involves more traditional and social media marketing, I would say it's just from a personal point of view, or from the personal passion that I had from way back. How do you measure success as a freelancer? For me, measuring success as a freelancer is in the impact that I've made. Yeah, if from the time I took on your brand after the time after I have left your brand, there's significant change and growth. For me, that is successful. That for me, its impact has been made. So, like, has there been brand visibility? Have I achieved the goals that I set in terms of growing your brand digitally on social media platforms, SEO, like things like that? For me, if I can achieve that, then I've achieved success as a freelancer. What advice would you give someone who wants to start freelancing in Zambia? Go for it. Please go for it. I don't know why you are taking your time, waiting for a sign. Just go for it, you know? As long as you have the passion, as long as you have the creative juices flowing, go for it. But also be very strategic about it, and also be ready for what comes, because as we know right now, the economy in Zambia is a little bit shaky. And if you go into freelancing with the mind of that should be your bread and butter right now, I would say have a balance. Have somewhere where you can have multiple streams of income. I think that's the best thing I can say. Have multiple streams of income so that your freelancing does not suffer. Because if it's just freelancing, what do you do in the months when you don't have clients? What do you do in the year that you don't have clients at all? And each client is going for some other freelancer. What do you do? So yeah, for me, there was a certain point I was a full-time job and also freelancing on the side, and it worked out well because I was able to balance with my clients and work out a timetable that works for them. So yeah, just have a balance, be strategic about it, have multiple streams of income. Don't lean too much on your freelancing side, because you might turn what is supposed to be a passion into like a stressful thing, and at the end of the day be like, you know, freelancing is nothing, no one is succeeding as a freelancer. No, it takes a lot of strategy, it takes a lot of critical thinking and also it takes a lot of balance. So yeah, I think that's my best advice on that. Next question. I feel like I've taken a lot of time. Please forgive me. The next question. What are the top 3 skills you think every freelancer should have? Strategy, creativity, and time management. Yeah, be very on point with your projects, and yeah, be very strict about your time. Know how to manage your time, be very creative, and be very strategic. These magic. How do you find and retain clients in your field? For me, finding clients and retaining them was basically I would pitch a lot. Like, I don't care if I'm pitching on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I'll be like, oh, hey, this is what I do. I'm a freelancer. This is my work. Have your portfolio ready at all times. If you haven't worked on your portfolio, work on it now. Have it ready at all times. Continuously share it and be like, okay, this is the work I've done. I have worked recently. I know who you're pitching to, okay? And have a track record. I've worked with so-and-so before, and they're in line with what your brand is currently doing. That is why I believe I can do so-and-so for your brand as well. So have your portfolio ready at all times. Pitch. Get into those inboxes. Don't feel shy. Get into the inboxes. Make the phone calls. Like, I'd even get the point about phone and be like, okay, hi, am I talking to so-and-so? I remember, I don't want to name drop, but I'm just going to name drop because I love this school. Shakespeare College is one of the beautiful primary and secondary schools that I really love to see. I remember calling out to them like, this is what I do. Please, do you need a social media marketer freelancer? Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, just go out there and be your personal brand. What's the word? Be your social media marketer. Be the social media marketer of your personal brand. That's what I was trying to say. That right there. What does a typical day look like for you as a freelancer? So for me as a freelancer, how I would manage my time is I would start off my day maybe by 9, and start off by putting in my schedule, like what am I working with today, what am I prioritizing. If I need to work on a schedule and send it to a client, I begin to work on that schedule, send it to a client, and get their feedback. After I get their feedback, make the corrections and set the dates of when, schedule in the posts, and also begin to research on what's trending, what we can do better in the field. And I love a lot of research. I love reading. Like even now when I get to work, I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly researching, I'm constantly seeing how to get better and how to be better. So for me, research is the biggest plus when it comes to freelancing. So constantly research, constantly put in the work, and then after that, maybe my day will be done by 3 or 2, and on to the next, whether I'm pitching to another client or I'm creating reports and analytics for my client's previous month. So how do you balance freelancing with your personal life or other commitments? For me, it was easy to balance when it was just freelancing. Then when I went into full-time job, it became a little bit tricky, but like I said, one of the skills that you should have is time management. So it's important for you to manage your time well in order for you to balance when it comes to freelancing. So how are you working out your time? What are you prioritizing? How are you fixing in your personal commitments? And so manage your time. Basically, just manage your time and everything else will fall in place. What's next? The next question. Do you have any productivity hacks or tools that make freelancing easier? Yes. From social media marketing, productivity hacks. For me, being productive, I used a lot of... I had discovered a lot of tools at some point, which is Todoist. Todoist really works really well for me because I can put in what I'm doing at every hour, then I put in the time limit as well. Once the time is done, I get a notification like, wait, you've reached your time limit. So Todoist is my favorite tool that helps me be very productive when I'm working on freelance projects. Aside from Todoist, I also discovered there's another one that I'm trying to... Trello is so good, because your clients can see everything there, they can approve everything there, and once they approve, you basically just move and work around what you're working. So Trello for me as well is the biggest productivity hacks that I have. And also a lot of prayer. I believe in prayer so much, and for me, that's my productivity hack. The reason why I'm productive is because I pray. I believe in God. If I'm not praying, then it's not happening. You know what I mean? So prayer, and a lot of these tools that have been made available for us. Okay, next. What's one myth about freelancing you would like to debunk? That there's no money in freelancing. That's a lie. There's some freelancers who are doing so well. I don't know if she's still doing freelancing, but one of my favorites, Madeline, I don't know if she's still freelancing or she's now like full-time job. You guys should check her out. If you don't know Madeline, I've forgotten her surname, but she's so good. She's so good at what she does, and she's been really a big inspiration in the field. She will tell you there's money. Just you gotta know how to work around it. How do you deal with dry spells or moments when work is scarce? I think for me that was it 2022? I can't remember. Should have been 2022 when it was really scarce and it was hard to find work. You keep learning. Keep learning. You keep investing in yourself. You keep spending a lot of time investing in yourself. I think that's, more than anything, keep spending a lot of time investing in yourself. I think that's the biggest advice I can give on that. Keep spending more time investing in yourself. Yeah. And then have you discovered any freelancing opportunities or markets that others might overlook? At the moment, not really. No, not really. I feel like freelancers in Zambia right now are doing the most, and it's really exciting to see the community growing, especially what you guys are doing as well with this group. And yeah, so not really. It's just find a way to stand out. Find a way to stand out as the markets are continuously growing. Where do you see yourself as a freelancer in 5 years? Woo! Like I said, I'm freelancing on hold for now, but yeah, if I was still freelancing, definitely in 5 years, I would have wanted to go into creating my own business, because that was the goal at some point, like, create my own business. I'm so sorry, I'm on a busy road. I'm trying to get to work. Create my own business and yeah, take on my own clients, have my own social media marketing agency, things like that, yeah. So that's for me, that was the goal. Like, turn freelancing into something bigger that fuels my passion even more. How do you think freelancing in Zambia will evolve in the next few years? I think it's going to be bigger, especially with a lot of these co-working spaces that we have that are growing. It's definitely going to be bigger, and yeah, freelancers definitely have to step up as well, because a lot of the companies that we have are hiring social media marketers. I'm sorry, I'm speaking more from social media marketing because that's my field. But like, yeah, a lot of them, they're hiring social media marketers and they're not really looking out for freelancers, you know what I mean? So freelancers really have to step up and really set their mark in Zambia in the next coming years. So yeah. Okay, fun questions. Let's do this. Coffee or tea? Coffee, obviously. Night owl. Am I an early bird? No, I think work is the one that forces things, but like night owl indeed. Best freelancing tool: Trello, Todoist, Canva. Yeah, these three. Truly recommend them for social media marketing. Dream client. Whew. Until today, I will say it with my chest, International School of Lusaka. Until today. Man, thank you guys so much for having me, and it's been a pleasure. I hope I've answered everything
Thanks for
adequately.
watching. You've just experienced the incredible journey of Maluba Magai, who turned her side hustle into a full-time freelance success. If you found her story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing freelancer stories right here at Zambia Freelancers. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode, and join our community of like-minded creatives. Stay tuned for more tips, motivation, and real-life success stories to help you on your freelancing journey. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and keep freelancing.